Welcome back. From tracking calories burned to following your dog's every move when you're not even home, technology is changing our lives. I got to sit down with a tech expert to get his predictions on what he thinks will be the most popular tech gadgets of 2014. Well, a week of innovation on display is wrapping up at the Consumer Electronics Show in Las Vegas, and the latest and greatest on display when it comes to mobile. Sam Gaddis with Mutual Mobile joins us this morning to talk about some of the biggest trends that we can expect to see this year. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
What are some of the biggest predictions that you've got for 2014?
Well, 2014 is shaping up to be a really exciting year for technology, and one of the things that we're most excited about are these wearable devices. So these are the things that you wear on your wrist, or maybe on your clothes, or even on your face, and they help you track your own behavior or your physical activity. So
we've seen now like a mobile watch.
Exactly. Devices like the Fitbit, which we've got right here, help you track your calories burned, your sleep, and your physical activity. They can even tell you the stairs that you've climbed. And the Fitbit's been around for a while, but what's interesting is they've come out with new versions of this product, and they're really good. They're as easy to use as they've ever been, and we think millions of people will buy more of these in 2014.
And you're wearing one, like you mentioned. Hold that out for me. That's pretty small compared to what I've seen on the market.
It is, and that's one of the really interesting trends about wearable devices in general, is historically they've been kind of ugly, to be honest. But one of the trends that we're seeing is that these device manufacturers are starting to partner with high-end fashion designers to make products that are a little bit more appealing to a more discerning audience.
And you gave me this device right here to hang on to. Tell me what this is.
So this is the LUMO Back, and this is interesting because it's a brand new device, and it solves a very specific problem. You put this around your waist, and it buzzes at you whenever you slouch. So this is aimed at...
I'm going to sit up straight right now.
I know, I do the same thing. This is aimed at correcting a very specific problem of bad posture.
Does it alert you right when you're doing the bad behavior?
It does, and it also keeps track of it so you can see how you're improving over time.
Interesting. All right, what else is out there?
Well, probably my favorite wearable device is not actually something that a human wears. It's called the whistle, and you put it on your dog's collar. And the interesting thing about this is I can be here and look at my phone and see how active my dog is back at the house. It seems kind of maybe not that useful, but where it can be useful is if you see your dog's movement patterns decreasing, maybe it's sick and you should take it to the vet.
And your dog is wearing one of these devices right now.
It's wearing one of these right now.
How much does this device cost?
That device is about, I think, $70.
Okay. Not as bad as I would imagine.
No, and that's one of the really interesting trends about all of this technology is that the cost of the components and the hardware that go into these devices has decreased exponentially in the last 2 years, and that's why we're seeing a lot more companies coming out with really interesting products.
What's going on with voice control?
So voice control is really interesting. It's something that's been around for a long time, but in 2014, I think we'll start seeing a lot of this technology get much more useful and become more ingrained in our everyday life.
Beyond Siri, which is what
Beyond
I think
Siri,
of.
so on your phone, but also in your car. More and more, I think you'll be able to interact with devices all around you just by speaking a command. And I think a lot of people have felt maybe a little bit ridiculous talking to their devices in the past. But I think, you know, in fact today, just with Siri, 90% of people are using that at least once a month.
Interesting. All right, you also tell me that non-tech companies are getting into the tech game.
Yeah, so that's, I think, the trend that pulls all this together. What we're seeing is because of the decreasing cost of these sensors and the skills required to build these products, a lot of technology companies, or a lot of non-technology companies, are building products that are aimed at improving people's lives. I mean, you look at something like Nike Plus. Here's a shoe company that built a really advanced wristband that helps athletes improve their performance. That's pretty incredible. We'll start seeing more and more of that. Progressive Insurance is another good example. They built a product called the Snapshot, and it's a little device that you plug into your car's diagnostic port, and then it rewards you with lower insurance rates when you drive cautiously.
Who knew?
Who knew?
Who knew? All right, well, we're going to see if your predictions are correct. We're going to check back with you at the end of 2014. We'll see.
Thanks, Aaron.
How far we've come. Thank you so much for joining us this morning.